Hi, Stampers. It's Elizabeth. And first off, apologies. Martinette's project didn't load properly and she's having some issues. So I have a bonus project for you. The team really doesn't know that I'm doing this, but I had a project ready to go for a Facebook Live that I'm going to do a little bit later. And I thought, oh, I'm going to come on and do a bonus project for all of you. Kind of doesn't go in with our theme of fun in the sun, but it's a birthday card. So we all love birthday cards, okay? So let's get started, and I'm going to get this done before Joy comes on at the top of the next hour. So we are going to be playing with a warm welcome, and it's a really simple card, folks. And this is it. And like I said, it's a really easy card in purples. And to be honest with you, I don't even know what purples they are because I think it's Highland Heather. Let me just double check here. Yes, it's Highland Heather. There's a lot of purples in the system right now, and they're all really pretty. And we're also going to be using the Time Warm type, I think it is, embossing folder. Let me just go get it out. Alrighty, so now that I'm ready to go, I hope that the team is okay that I'm doing this. I'm off work today, and heck, why not, right? So I'm here and ready to go. So let me just get going over on the other side so I can see any comments that if they come up. I can't see any comments. Why can't I see comments? Oh, I know you're there anyhow. All right, so this is using the Welcome Home stamp set. No, this is a great, oh, thanks. Okay, so I see somebody's on. So this is using the Warm Welcome stamp set. There is really little to this. It's an easy project to make. It's even great for a beginner. So we've got a standard card base that in North America is 5.5 by 8.25, scored at, sorry, 8.5 scored by 4.25. And then I've got a matte layer, and the matte layer is 5.5 by 4. And we are going to run that through the embossing folder. And I have it out here. Like I said, I was going to do this for a Facebook Live, but you guys are worth it. You're more important. And once Martinette gets home from work, she will be able to fix her problem with her video and she'll upload it. So this is a bonus for y'all. And I'm just going to put this through. Like I said, it's an easy card to make, even great for beginners. We have so many purples in the color arsenal right now that lots of options. I know some of my customers are purple lovers. All right, and I'm not going to layer this on just yet. And there's a comment that popped up. Let me just see if I can. Hello, Facebook user. Hello, Facebook user. So I'm not going to load this up yet because I like to mount everything because I usually tend to cut a little wide and then just snip it off. All right. And so I have a piece of designer series paper, and it is 1.25 by 4. And then another piece of, this is the Gorgeous Grape, and it is 3/4 by 4. And I'm just going to mount it like that so that there's a little bit of edge showing, like right here. And I love cards that are simple and they have a little bit of impact to them and show that, you know, you spent some time and energy and make it for somebody that's special, that deserves it. And then I am just going to mount this on top of here like this. And you'll see how I've gone over, so I can go back and trim that off a little bit later. And I'm going to go up closer to the top and like this. I'll be coming back at 3 Eastern, and I'll be playing with, I don't know the name of it, Cheerful Daisies. And it's a fun card. It's a fun fold card. I love it when a project turns out, by the way, in case you didn't know. And then I'm just going to snip this off like that. That's the extra bit that I had. It's easier to snip off than it is to add on, especially when you're cutting some stuff off. And I wanted this to have some dimension. Yes, I did. So I have popped this up like that. I'm going to bring up some dimensionals. I hope everyone is doing well. And I've watched so far all of the projects, and I'm always in awe of some of the projects that I see. I love doing these events with different countries, the US and UK, because we all have such different take on projects, and it gives us a wide range of different projects and the way people's brains work. All right, and I'm just going to layer this on like that. Okay, and then I am from the Stylish Shapes dies. Yes, I'm using the second largest one, and I've already die cut that out. And I am going to pop that up as well. I attended a demonstrator event for Canadian demonstrators recently. Oh, by the way, I'm in Canada. I don't know if I told you that. And one of the presenters was making a card and said, you know, people bark about how much it costs to actually mail a card, right? Because it can get expensive, and the thicker it is, the more expensive it is to mail out. But heck, you've spent a lot of time and effort to make a card for someone that's special. Put the layers on it, put the extra stampage on it, and put it in the post, because the recipient is going to love it. And I thought his analogy was great. I think it was Martin Stone who who said that, and it was perfect. I that was my one takeaway. I went away with from on the event. All right, so now I'm going to take my black memento, and this is such impromptu that I hadn't even loaded anything, and still cheaper than a Hallmark card. Yes, it is still cheaper than a Hallmark card. And you've put the time and effort into it. So if it's going to cost you a little bit more to mail it, who cares? Mail it and make it the best card you can make it, even if it's got multiple layers on it. That's my spiel for today. And I need my paper piercing mat. There we go. And I've got a scrap piece of basic white here, and I've got the stamp mounted on the black memento, and I'm just going to, oh yeah, look what I did. I stamped it on this, not on the on the paper piercing mat. That's okay, it worked out. No, it didn't. It's a little heavy-handed on one side. So let me try this one more time. There we go, that's better. We're going to cut the bow off, so I don't care that I flayed the bow a little bit. All right. So let me bring this card back here for some inspiration. So I've got a variety of colors that I just sort of pulled out. Parakeet Party, Daffodil Delight, that's Fresh Freesia, and Flirty Flamingo. Smart, I would have brought out the Highland Heather. That's the Highland Heather there. There we go. I'll put that away. Like I said, we've got lots of purples going. We found every card ever made in a box, didn't find the storage. Oh, see, look at that. So I'm not sure who that Facebook user was, but that's perfect. So when her Nana passed away, they found every card she'd ever made in a box. I love that. So you may not think people aren't keeping the cards or cherishing them, but they are. So mail that card and put as much bling on it as you want, because somebody is going to love it. And so this is the light Parakeet Party. And now I'm going to take the light Highland Heather, and I'm just coloring in the stripes. Folks, you can pick whatever designer series paper you want, whatever colors you want. Doesn't have to be these colors, doesn't have to be, just use the layout and use what you have on hand, and to just get stamping. And like that. And then the bottom one, I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo for the dots. This is probably the fiddliest. It might have been better to do the Daffodil Delight first, and then we're just going to go with the Daffodil Delight and color the rest of it. And I'm going to use the light Daffodil Delight and color in really quickly. So now you're going to get an extra project because when Martinette is back home, she will be able to upload her video. I don't know if folks realize the technical challenges on these events because when something doesn't work, it's, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? And now I'm just going to cut this off, and I am cutting off the ribbon. I don't want the ribbon on it because I'm going to put my own ribbon on it. And I think with this one, I might have. So I think with this one, I was a little extra fussy, and I cut each one individually and mounted each one. But I think in the end that caused a lot more work. So I am just going to cut the whole thing as one. And yes, I am popping this up as well. So see how easy it is to make a card. And the stylish shapes, that's a really basic shape. So it can, there's squares, circles, there's flags, banners, and it's one of those all-around basic shapes to have in your arsenal. But, if you didn't have the stylish shapes and you just had a paper trimmer, cut a square and use that. So you don't even need dies. You don't even need a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or a die cutting machine. Just cut a square using your paper trimmer and then fussy cut that out and put it on top. You're going to get the same type of effect. And now I'm going to pop that up. 1, 2. This is a really simple card. And like I said, it was in I have a bucket of cards to make. Look at this, I got ink on here. I have a bucket of cards to make for Facebook Lives, and I thought, oh, heck, let's do this. And so you know the trick, what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put a gem there because, yeah, punch would work too. I'm going to put a gem there, and you'll never know that I had inky fingers. And I am, sorry, I'm going to I've got a really squeaky chair, sorry. This is the Elegant Trim Ribbon in silver. And I'm just going to make a bow knot, I should say. Really simple bow knot. Nothing fancy. I find glue dots for me work best for this. So I'm going to get out my glue dots. And I'm going to put it on the top. Like this. Down. I'm going to trim off the edges. And I've got a piece of scrap here, and I'm going to get the sentiment that says, "It's your day." It's your day. And if you wanted to, you could use a die cut to cut that out. But I am just going to fussy cut it out like I did here. Has that sort of whimsical. We all can fussy cut. And I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape. There we go. The Gorgeous Grape. Like this. And I'm just going to use this scrap here. And while that Gorgeous Grape dries a bit, because it's really pigmented, I am going to put the inside in here. And look, I will have a birthday card to send to somebody. Ready to go. And you can decorate the inside of the birthday card. I don't think I did I? No, I didn't even finish the inside of the card this time. All right, and I'm going to bring out my rhinestones while I'm just letting this dry a little bit. And okay, so now I'm going to fussy cut this baby. And you can fussy cut it how you want. I'm just going to give it some sort of whimsy to it. That's what I call it, just following the edges of the font. Go around like this. If you try to make it straight, it's going to be obvious that it's not straight. So if you just make it somewhat whimsical, it will look better. So that's my thinking as well. And I'm going to take a little piece of a glue dot, or not a glue dot, a dimensional, like that. And I am going to put a little bit of, oh, look at that. Tombow glue is not stuck. There we go. Tombow glue on that end. And like this, it's your day. And finish it off with some rhinestones. I'm going to put a medium one right there. You never know that I had inky fingers. And then a small one, oh, maybe there, and then a big one. Oh, and that's a medium one. A big one up here like that. Now, if Martinette was here, she would tell you that to put the rhinestones so that they flow. She does rhinestones really, really well. So that's the bonus project. Really quick, really simple. And you've got a birthday card ready to go. So if you don't need dies, or like I said, somebody said use a punch to punch out the circle. I do like the stylish shapes though, because it has that little extra detail. Okay, so I think it's Joy that's up next, and then you'll see me the top of the next hour using the Cheerful Daisies bundle. All right, take care and happy stamping.